Hey, this is John from Egypt Central.
Hey, John, what's cracking, brother? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I want to thank you so much for calling into the radio show today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Let's get right into it, dude. I want to know where the hell did Egypt Central go? This couple, year and a half or so, you guys had that great breakout record, did a couple tours, really hit the streets hard, really hit the fans hard, and then we kind of lost track of you for a little while. What went on there?
Well, we actually went through a lot of changes. We changed some things out within our camp internally. Just trying to get the right players in there. It's amazing how much it's like, I guess, running a sports team or something like that. You have to have all the right players on your team to truly be as effective as you would like to be. So we went through a little bit of that, and that was only a small part of it. The rest of the time, we actually took half a year, and we were going to McGee, Arkansas, and riding in this little cabin that was on this river. I mean, we were in the middle of nowhere. Like, I swear I saw Bigfoot one night on my way to the cabin. Like, the guys were already there, and I went down to see them, and I caught them on the phone. I was like, you guys are playing a really bad joke on me, right? You guys are actually in Memphis, and you have me all the way in the middle of nowhere. It was great, though, man. We were away from everybody. We really got to lock in and write for a long time, and then we came back to Memphis, and we continued to write for a couple more months, just locked up in our studio here, and we wanted to make the right record.
Sure.
We didn't want to rush a record out. I've seen so many sophomore records come out, and it just felt rushed. It felt like somebody was pushing the band, like, hey, you guys just came off of this. And
you'll see so many bands die right, like you were saying, that second album comes out, and it was rushed. It was made maybe for a radio hit, and they forgot about the fans or something, and that band goes away in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, and it's amazing how quickly it can all go away. It takes years to build that house, and that's exactly the way that I picture it is that it's just like a house. It takes years to build it, but once it's built, it only takes minutes for it to catch on fire and burn to the ground.
Well, it sounds like you guys, as a group, as a band, as a whole, really broke out of some shells, maybe some comfort zones, and learned some new things. How does this reflect on the record? Tell us about this new record with this new experiences that you guys have went through. What can we expect in the evolution?
You said it exactly right. I mean, we definitely pushed ourselves out of our comfort zones. Skid Mills, our producer, definitely pushed us, not necessarily out of our comfort zones. Sometimes he did, but mainly he would push you. He wouldn't let you settle for something that was good. He demanded excellence, in every single note, in every strum, in every beat. Everything had to be the best that he thought that he could get out of you, which a lot of times is better than what you even thought.
That's what you want as a band, I would imagine, is somebody that...
It is, and so many people pay for records and for recordings and don't get that. And it's sad that they don't. To some degree, you have to be willing to push yourself. And other times, some artists can't be pushed.
That's true. They
get pushed, and then the producer's turned off because they're not responding well to being pushed. So, I can't really. There's no real placement to put the blame. I'm sure it happens different for everyone, but fortunately, we were pushed in the right way. And like what you were saying, how did that help us evolve? I would say that if you've ever been to an Egypt Central show, the one thing that is that when we hit the stage, we hit it unlike any other. We plan to throw down harder than any band you've ever seen and make sure that everyone has the time of their life. Whether you want to go crazy with us or whether we just absolutely scare you half to death and you're just shocked looking up like, oh my God, what are these guys doing? That's how we bring it. And we wanted to make a record that reflected that.
A band that gives their fans the money's worth. That's what a novel idea,
Right. Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing is that how many? I mean, you're in radio, and I'm not singling anyone out. I'm not going to be that guy. But how many records are you playing right now that you're playing due to the lack of there being other records that were better that would push some of the stuff off?
Oh, dude, I would love
really
to say.
Honest with the fans.
Yeah, I would love to say it in this interview. I'm a fan first. I'm a radio personality second, and I stumble across 10 other bands with 10 better records, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion that I think should be getting more airplay or that deserve more or that give more on a daily basis.
That are giving you more, and the only way that that's going to change is if fans push themselves more, one, to make better music and make better records. It starts and stops with the artist, and then two, the fans. If the fans support that, that's what changed from the 80s to the 90s. people give credit all to Nirvana, and that credit is due because they changed the pace of everything. But the reality is it's the fans that chose to change the pace.
I call it the rock and roll apocalypse. The survivors will survive, and the rest of them will die off. Yeah,
well, the survivors will always survive. The people who have something to say should continue to say it, and the people who don't should realize that maybe they should stop influencing people in negative ways.
Let's talk about this brand new single, White Rabbit, man. Obviously, some Alice in Wonderland kind of stuff going on in there.
When the guys started writing it and coming up with the concepts for it, it came together in layers from a couple different things that Joey had written before and that Blake had. And when we got in with Skid really liked the part of the White Rabbit line. And he really thought that we really had something there. So the whole concept is that the band over the last 7 to 10 years has always had this figure. It's not one person in particular, but multiple people throughout our career who have just latched onto our talent and tried to suck the life right out of the band and constantly kept us running in circles. And it's just, the way that the industry can beat down on you and you can be deceived. And I think it's very relatable for people that there's people in your life that keep you jumping through hoops just so that you don't know that there's a fire behind you catching up to you. You know what I mean? It's like that sleight of hand, twist of fate, that underlying evil, so to speak.
Somebody's always out to get something, no matter what.
Exactly. Somebody's always out to get you, and they appear to be something that they're not.
Well, I got to tell you, man, it is... It's catchy as hell. Everybody's been looking forward to this new age of Central. You guys definitely have evolved. You've got a sound. As a band, you definitely have a sound. You got a niche, and you guys kept that, and that's what I was really excited for.
Thank you very, very much. Bang the hell out of it for me, brother, and I look forward to getting back up there, man. Next time, you're out of excuses to not be at the show. Brother, well, I look forward to seeing you soon.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, John. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me. Hey, this is John Falls from Egypt Central, and this is our new single, White Rabbit. You're listening to the Rockstar Radio Show.
Your magic, White Rabbit, has left its writing on the wall. We follow like Alice and just keep diving down the